What's up, everybody? Okay, so we're going to try something new today. Somebody, instead of asking me a question on Facebook or sending me a hello, they sent me a video, which is awesome. And it's really funny because they apologize for sending a video. And then, like, to me, that is the most awesome way to communicate with me because I love videos. I make videos all the time. It is my life force. So I think that this may be the beginning of something, okay? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to play this video, and it's really just for the audio. I've blurred everything so that you guys can't see the person's items and all that kind of stuff. But so what they did is they uploaded a video to YouTube as an unlisted video. So an unlisted video is a video where you can view it if you have the URL, but stupid phone, it's not going to show up in search result. So one second, let me mute my phone so that doesn't keep happening. Okay. Here we go. So what I want to do is start doing this more moving forward. So if you guys do this, you send me a URL of a video that you recorded that's short, like 5-10 minutes, then what I will do is I will make a video showing your video. I'll blur out any information, so I don't want to show your items or anything like that. But then I will give my response to whatever you said and your questions and all that kind of stuff, right? So here we go. We're going to start this person's video. It's only 4 minutes. And then afterwards, I'm going to respond to the video in my own video. Okay? Here we go.
Hi, my name is Sean. Just wanted to let you know I've watched a lot of your videos. I've watched a lot of videos on dropshipping overall. I mean, it's just seems like there's a barrage, but I really liked your videos. But by the time I really started kind of looking at them, I kind of already committed to this other project. Just to let you know, my name is Sean. I work so much, but I've always wanted to try this, and I'm just kind of scraping by with what I've got, and I thought dropshipping would be a good way to make some extra money without a lot of money out of pocket. And so I've been saving up because there was a few different, one way I wanted to try it just because I don't have a lot of time to do it myself was to hire a person to do the research and list items for me. Because I had seen one video and they're just, it seemed like you just find the right person that knows how to do it and see what they can do. So I found a person. The credentials seem pretty good. I found them on Upwork. And I had been looking on Fiverr and Upwork, but I found one on Upwork. I took him for a test drive with him, so I hired him for $10 an hour and gave him 3 hours, so that was $30 I had invested in this idea project. And basically I wanted to see between that and then I also, one of the tools he's familiar with it's called DSM Tool, which I'm not sure. I know you had a comparison of quite a few tools. I thought one of them was Auto DS Tool, and I know one was Hydra, and there was just so many different ones to choose from. But I don't know if I saw you say anything about DSM Tool, so I'm not sure. But I just, I went ahead, so basically for $30, he researched and put on 84 items. That's these items here. I'll put down 500. And so, I didn't know if you could kind of tell me. And like I said, I wish I hadn't kind of committed to him before I really started looking at your stuff, because I'd probably be sending you an email or a video. By the way, sorry about the video. I'm just not the fastest typist in the world, and so, or typist. And so I was just sending this to you because it's faster and easier for me to communicate, and things tend not to get lost in translation doing it this way. But these are the items, and I'm sure you're familiar with all this. I've been learning about DSM tools. These are the items that he put on for me. And it seems like he's done a good job so far. Now, keep in mind, I haven't made any sales, but he just started. So, based on kind of your expertise, do you feel it's a good idea going this route with the limited time I have available with my regular jobs, plural, and just wanted to get some input. If you felt that, maybe some of these items were a good fit for the research that I paid, because I'm far from a rich man and have to save up my money for projects like this as they come up. So of course I want to try to be as efficient as possible. So I appreciate you hopefully getting a chance to take a look at this video. You know, I don't know if you have any questions as far as how the DSM Tool program is set up. It's Rapid Lister, the templates, dashboard. So yeah, I guess if you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to ask. Other than that, I will talk to you later. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Okay, so with this guy, let's see. There's a couple things that I want to address. First, DSM Tool is a good tool. It's definitely something that's quite friendly for virtual assistant use. You can actually even like have a separate login for your virtual assistant. DSM Tool does have some glitches sometimes, like most software, but I actually do recommend DSM Tool as one of the more kind of well-rounded and affordable dropshipping softwares available. The thing is that it's not really good for bulk, which is what I do because of the cost of the repricer. But for most people, DSM Tool is a great option, especially for beginners. So I think that you made a good choice there. This is one of my other accounts, so there's a lot of stuff going on here that I haven't really taken care of yet. So ignore all of this information. But yeah, okay, so DSM Tool is good. Definitely, I think that's a good choice. The first things that come to mind after listening to your video is that $10 an hour for a virtual assistant is a lot, especially for a lister. So for frame of reference, a lot of people pay like between $2 and $4 an hour. So I'm not saying it's not worth it. It could be worth it. But I would encourage you to try and work with somebody cheaper than $10 per hour. And also, so if you break down the amount of time that they spent, you get about a little bit more than less than 2 minutes per listing, which is really fast. And that leads me to believe that they're probably not doing too much title optimization. But you know, you got to observe your results and figure out if it's worth it, because it's possible that maybe this virtual assistant really knows what they're doing. At $10 an hour, they need to know what they're doing. They need to be very, very good. And I haven't looked at the titles of your listings in detail just because I don't want to show them in this video. But just going off of that alone, like, you would have to have a really good virtual assistant if you're paying them $10 an hour. That is like over double what you like. It depends on where they're located, obviously, because if they're in Europe or the States, then obviously people will get paid more. But double the amount, yeah, $10 is a lot, like a whole lot. Like, for a frame of reference, I pay my virtual assistant 30 cents per listing, and it takes like him 6 or 7 minutes to post listings. So yeah, you got to pay attention to your sales and see if you get sales from that. But that is a big thing. I would encourage you to find somebody who's cheaper and work with them, unless you get a bunch of sales from this. The reality is, if it's only been a day or two, you're not going to see the sales straight away. It takes about 1 to 2 weeks for things to start selling, and in some situations, maybe like a month. It shouldn't take longer than that. Like, if say that like a month has passed and you're still not getting the sales that you would expect, then I would strongly encourage you to find a different virtual assistant. But as far as it goes to whether it's viable to use a virtual assistant to post items and then you just deal with the rest, that is a completely viable strategy. And I think that by using virtual assistants in the very beginning, you are getting ahead of the curve. Dropshipping like a year or two ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, you really didn't need software and virtual assistants as much as you do now, but because dropshipping is more competitive, there's more people doing it, and there's so many more options available. I think that getting into virtual assistants at the beginning is a very, 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 very good thing. I don't think that you're necessarily going to earn a bunch of money off of it straight away, but you getting used to training a virtual assistant and showing them what you want and working with somebody else is definitely going to be good for you in the future. However, it is unlikely that it's going to be worth paying this person $10 per hour to post items. Like I said, don't take everything I say as an absolute truth. It's possible that they really, really, really know what they're doing, but that is a lot of money. Like a whole lot of money. That's definitely the most glaring thing about your video. Everything else is it sounds solid. You definitely can do this as something on the side to earn more money, and a great way to start is to have a virtual assistant posting the items, because then that will produce the work that you need to respond to, like sales will happen and all sorts of stuff like that, right? Which you will then be able to respond to. Let's see if there's anything else. DSM Tool is good. Using the virtual assistant, yeah, you may want to find another one. And honestly, you should pay attention to the comments in this video, because it's very possible that somebody watching this video is a virtual assistant who is willing to work with you for much less than $10 per hour. Definitely possible. Also, one of the things about virtual assistants that you have to understand is when you're using a platform like Upwork or Fiverr or any of those platforms, the amount you're paying, the virtual assistant doesn't get all of that, because the platform will take a cut, and that cut can be up to 10%. So imagine that you paid him like $40, right? It's possible that he only received like 35 of that or whatever, right? There's an amount that the platform will take, and it's a set amount. I don't know what the set amount is on Upwork, but basically, if what you want is to have a relationship with somebody where you just pay them directly through PayPal and you don't have to work with the platform, because that's going to save both of you money. The VA will earn more and you will have to pay less for both of you to have the same expense and the same profit. So that's something I really encourage, is trying to develop a relationship with your virtual assistant that is away from these platforms. And sometimes I actually don't recommend that people find virtual assistants on Upwork or Fiverr or websites like that, because it does work. You can definitely get virtual assistants there, but I believe that it's better to work with your virtual assistants directly. And so a great way to find people, one, obviously if you run a YouTube channel like mine, then it makes it really easy. Hopefully, if you're up for it, you can leave I'll actually message you in a second before I publish this video to see if I can leave your contact information in the link of the video, and then anybody who wants to do virtual assistant work for you can communicate with you that way, because you can definitely find someone who will do it cheaper than $10 an hour. And even if someone really knows what they're doing, I don't know, that's pricey, and it's going to be hard to make up for that money that you're paying the virtual assistant, because you need to be constantly posting items. You can't just post 10, 20 items and then wait a month or two. You have to constantly be posting items, unless you're doing bulk, but you can't do that as a beginner. You need to have a big account to do that. So I'm not going to talk anything about bulk right now. But once you do get a big account, bulk is something that could be interesting, because for me, for example, I'm able to operate a bulk dropshipping business, and I spend 1 to 2 hours on it per day, and all of that is just responding to sales and customers. I don't have any time spent posting items because of the way the bulk business works and making lists, and you can find all that information on my YouTube channel, so I won't talk about it too much. But my point is that, yeah, the biggest thing you can probably do is find a cheaper virtual assistant, and it is perfectly viable to have a virtual assistant post items, and then you deal with what happens from those items. The thing is, there's going to be a lot of people who will charge you money, and then they will do work, but that work won't necessarily produce sales. And there's a lot of kind of egotistical people out there who will just they're just going to try and convince you that they're great, and you as a new person have no way to know if they actually know what they're doing. So obviously I'll look at the listings you showed in the video in more detail and see if, like, you know, if the titles are optimized, that kind of thing. When it comes to like a description and a template, it may look professional, but understand that DSM Tool completely automates the description and the template. So if you're looking at descriptions and templates as a way to judge whether your virtual assistant is doing well or not, it's a really bad way to do that, because that is completely handled by the tool. The virtual assistant doesn't do any of that. And based on the amount of time that it took them to post the items, it's unlikely that they're fully optimizing the titles if they're only taking 2 minutes per item, unless they are really, really, really experienced. Especially because you didn't give them a list of items. They had to figure out the items themselves as well. So that either leads to two possible outcomes in my head. One is that you paid them for 4 hours of work, but they actually worked more than that. And two is that they aren't optimizing titles, or like taking 2 minutes per listing is really, really quick, even with a tool like DSM Tool. It's hard to optimize a title in 2 minutes. Definitely. Pretty much everything else is automated. So it really, optimizing the title is the most important part. And if I'm realizing that you're new into this, so maybe you don't understand what title optimization is. So let me show you real quick. We're going to go to a Walmart title. And title optimization is just putting keywords into your title that are associated with the item that you're selling. And it's going to increase the visibility of your item. So it's going to show up in more search results. So we're just going to look for something basic like Barbie food truck. So let's find the item. Here we go. For example, this item does not have an optimized title, right? It's only 3 words. eBay allows you to have 80 characters. So you want to max that out. So an optimized title would look something like this. It would be like Barbie food truck, Barbie food truck, toy, dollhouse, children, toddler, play sets. Okay, that's not a perfectly optimized title, obviously. I spelled dollhouse wrong. But just so you understand the concept, title optimization is when you take the original title and then you add keywords into the title that increase its chance of selling simply by making the title show up in more search results. So on one hand, you could put keywords in the item that a lot of people are searching for, and you'll get attention to the listing, but you have to make sure that they are actually relevant to the listing, because otherwise, like for example, you could post an iPhone and it's going to get tons and tons of views because iPhones are really popular and there's a lot of keywords and that tons of people are searching for, but you're not going to sell it. So views don't necessarily correlate to sales. Okay, that's important to understand. So yeah, all right. I'm pretty sure you'll be cool with me sharing your contact information. So I'm going to assume, because you guys know watching this video, that I either included the contact information below or not. But if you know a virtual assistant, or if you are a virtual assistant who would like to work with this person or communicate with them, check the contact information out in the bottom of the listing, because I think that they can probably find somebody who will be a better match. Like I said, maybe it's possible that those listings are going to start producing sales. It's too soon to tell yet. You won't get sales straight away. With bulk, you get sales straight away, but that's just because you upload like hundreds of thousands of products, so it happens. When you're talking about 10, 20, 30, 40 products, not really. That's just not going to happen. But getting 84 listings for that much, like I said, he could be not telling you that, okay, you may have paid him for 4 hours of work, but it's possible that he actually took like 7 or 8 hours. That doing 2 minutes a listing, like I said, either he worked more than 4 hours, or he's not doing proper title optimization. Those are the two most likely outcomes. it is possible that he really, really, really knows what he's doing and is really experienced and is really fast. I'm not saying that's impossible. It's just unlikely. Okay? So I hope that was useful. And for you guys watching this video, again, look at the description if you can help this person out. But if you want to do a video like this where you record a video for me that I will then watch and then respond to on my YouTube channel, send me the link to the video on Facebook at facebook.com/Tarnelm. So just go facebook.com/TARNELM and send me a friend request. That is my name, Jack Pittman. You could also comment on any of my videos with a link to your YouTube video, and then I will respond to it. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.